Do you know what foods can harm your dog? It's the question on every pet owner's mind. With the myriad of food options available, it's crucial to understand what's safe and what's not for our canine companions. You may be surprised to learn that some everyday foods, seemingly harmless to us, can be toxic to dogs. From the chocolate chip cookie crumbs on the floor, to the grapes in the fruit bowl, these common foods can pose serious threats. Stick around to find out what foods you should never feed your dog. First on our list, and probably the most well-known harmful food for dogs, is chocolate. The sweet treat that many of us enjoy is, unfortunately, a potential danger to our canine companions. But why is that? The culprit is a compound called theobromine. This stimulant, found in all types of chocolate, is perfectly safe for humans, but it's a different story for our four-legged friends. Dogs metabolize theobromine much slower than we do, leading to a buildup of this toxic compound in their system. This can result in a variety of symptoms, ranging from mild discomfort and restlessness to severe complications such as irregular heart rhythms, seizures, or even death in extreme cases. Dark chocolate and baking chocolate, which contain higher levels of theobromine, are particularly harmful. It's also important to note that size matters. Smaller dogs are at greater risk. So remember, keep your chocolate stash well out of your dog's reach. Next up are grapes and raisins, which can be surprisingly deadly to our canine friends. Both of these seemingly harmless fruits contain an unknown substance that is toxic to dogs, causing sudden kidney failure in some cases. It's a risk not worth taking, as there's no known safe amount for dogs to consume. The symptoms of toxicity can vary, but common signs include vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, and unusual stillness or lethargy. A dog that has ingested grapes or raisins may also experience dehydration and a decrease in urine production. If you suspect your dog has eaten any amount of grapes or raisins, it's critical to seek immediate veterinary care. Time is of the essence to prevent kidney failure and potential death. Remember, even a small amount can be lethal, so when it comes to feeding your dog, play it safe. It's best to keep grapes and raisins out of your dog's diet completely. Onions and garlic might add flavor to our meals, but they can spell disaster for your dog. Now you might be wondering why. Well, the reason lies within their composition. Both onions and garlic contain compounds that can cause damage to a dog's red blood cells, leading to a condition known as hemolytic anemia. In simple terms, hemolytic anemia is a blood disorder where the body destroys its own red blood cells faster than it can produce them. This can result in lethargy, weakness, and in severe cases, even kidney failure. So what does this mean for you and your furry friend? It means that even a small amount of onion or garlic, whether raw, cooked, or even in powdered form, can be harmful. This includes foods that may not obviously contain these ingredients, like some types of baby food or prepackaged meals. So avoid sharing your onion and garlic-filled meals with your dog. It's a small step you can take to ensure their health and happiness. You might not have heard of xylitol, but it's a common sweetener that could be lurking in your pantry. This seemingly innocent ingredient, often used as a sugar substitute in many everyday products, can pose a serious threat to our four-legged friends. Let's delve into what xylitol is. It's a natural sugar alcohol that's commonly used in things like chewing gum, candy, and even baked goods. It's popular for its low glycemic index and dental benefits in humans, but for dogs, it's a completely different story. Xylitol is extremely toxic to dogs. Even small amounts can cause a sudden drop in a dog's blood sugar, leading to symptoms like vomiting, loss of coordination, and even seizures. In severe cases, it can lead to liver failure. So, next time you're thinking about giving your dog a taste of your candy or a piece of your sugar-free gum, think again. Always check the ingredient list before giving your dog any treats from your kitchen. While it might seem obvious, it's worth mentioning that alcohol is a no-go for dogs. Now you might think, who would give their furry friend a sip of their cocktail? But accidents do happen, and it's important to know the risks. Alcohol affects dogs much more severely than humans. Even small amounts can lead to poisoning. Symptoms can range from weakness, unsteady movements, and depression to more severe signs like difficulty breathing, tremors, and even coma. Prolonged exposure or repeated instances of alcohol consumption can lead to long-term health effects, including damage to the liver and brain. It's not just the hard stuff either. Beer, wine, and foods cooked with alcohol can all pose a risk. It's crucial to ensure that your canine companion doesn't have access to any alcohol, accidental or otherwise. If you suspect your dog has consumed alcohol, seek immediate veterinary attention. So, Keep your drinks to yourself and ensure your dog has plenty of fresh water instead. Just like chocolate, anything containing caffeine can pose a serious risk to your dog. You may be surprised to hear this, but your morning cup of joe or your afternoon pick-me-up could be deadly for your furry friend. Caffeine is found in more than just coffee and tea. It's also in energy drinks, soda, and even some medications. When ingested by dogs, caffeine can cause a host of unpleasant symptoms. Initially, your dog may appear restless or agitated. They could start panting rapidly or show signs of discomfort. As caffeine toxicity progresses, it can lead to heart palpitations, muscle tremors, and in severe cases, seizures. These symptoms are not just discomforting, they could be life-threatening. Remember, dogs metabolize substances differently than humans do. What gives us a much-needed energy boost can wreak havoc on their system. So keep your coffee and tea well out of your dog's reach. And remember, it's not just beverages. Anything containing caffeine should be kept away. So there you have it, 7 foods you should never feed your dog. Let's take a moment to recap the main points we've discussed in this video. We've learned that certain foods, while seemingly harmless to us, can pose significant threats to your dog's health. First, we talked about chocolate. This sweet treat contains theobromine, which dogs can't metabolize effectively, leading to poisoning. Even a small amount can cause serious problems such as irregular heartbeat, seizures, or even death. Next were grapes and raisins. It's still unclear why these fruits are toxic to dogs, but they are known to cause sudden kidney failure. The severity can vary, but it's always best to err on the side of caution and keep them out of your dog's reach. We then discussed onions and garlic. These ingredients, common in many of our dishes, contain a compound called thiosulfate. This compound is toxic to dogs and can lead to a condition called hemolytic anemia, which damages the red blood cells. Xylitol, a sugar substitute often found in sugar-free foods, was the next on our list. Dogs can't process xylitol effectively, and ingestion can lead to a rapid and dangerous drop in blood sugar, known as hypoglycemia. This can cause vomiting, loss of coordination, and seizures. Alcohol, even in small amounts, is extremely harmful to dogs. It affects their liver and brain in the same way it does humans, but it takes far less to do its damage. Alcohol can cause vomiting, diarrhea, difficulty breathing, and even death. Lastly, we talked about caffeine. Just like chocolate, dogs are more sensitive to caffeine than people. It can lead to restlessness, rapid breathing, heart palpitations, muscle tremors, and seizures. Understanding the potential hazards these foods present is crucial to ensuring the well-being of our furry friends. It's important to remember that a proper diet is key to your dog's health. If you're ever unsure about a certain food or your dog's diet, it's always best to consult with a vet. Let's keep our dogs safe and give them the best care possible by avoiding these harmful foods. Remember, when in doubt, it's always best to consult with your vet. Keep your dog safe and healthy by avoiding these harmful foods.